Let's see.
True.
All right. This is among the most exciting stuff. This is definitely the most exciting stuff happening for me. this this existence. I don't know. This is the apex of everything that has ever happened in our lives.
Ever.
Yeah. I think we're live already. I'm pretty sure that we are finally live and that we've got the community here. Oh my God. Could it be? Could it be? Are you able to watch it?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Welcome everyone in. We are back. I'm so excited to say, hey, 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 with Evan. Yo. Oh, Nichols here too. Everyone, please go to both Evan's channel and Nichols' channel and subscribe. That's the first thing, and your life will be so much better. Evan, if you want week in Ethereum news, if you want to know what's going on, if you want a real OG way beyond me, check out Evan's channel. And if you're into gaming and just someone who's super chill and really one of the best souls that I know, please go to O Nickel's channel and subscribe. O Nickel is spitting fire way beyond me. I'm just happy to be back. Here we are with Gabriel.
Hello everybody. What's up?
Surely you guys remember Gabriel. Gabriel's my brother, and he is now officially the producer, the executive producer of the show.
Of the new version. Here we go.
Yeah, he's been super in support of getting the show going again. So much has happened in my life that it's been insane, that I am a completely different person with probably completely different values and completely different ethos. I mean, and everything in life is really building on everything that happened. So it's not like, at first I thought it was like a complete wiped slate, but it's really not even a wiped slate. It's more like everything that's happened has been a brick to build who I have become today and how that's going to be playing a role in, and of course, crypto. And I'm sure a lot has happened in your life, so I'm super excited to find out about that. Please let me know in the comments what is new in your life, what you have learned about crypto while I've been gone, because even though it's only been, since March, I think, was the last time that I actually streamed. Since March, it feels like it has been ages in both crypto and outside of it. I don't want to get too much into my personal stuff in this video because I do want to hit the ground running, as I say in the description there, and just start talking about these markets and where we're at, because tomorrow is an important day. And I mean, we're back. We're back. We're high five. High five. That's me high fiving all you guys. Welcome Big O. Welcome Mark. So yeah, we're keeping it somewhat casual. I didn't go ahead and do the usual roundup where I just collate everything and have it ready to spit to you, because I am trying to be a lot more present in life, and I'm trying to keep this show so that it's sustainable and not something that's going to be so stressful to the point that I have a hypomanic episode and end up in an emergency room and I delete my entire channel. I go through a breakup. Like, I just go through so much stuff because I allowed myself to have really an unhealthy life, completely unbalanced, let's call it, where now I'm trying to find balance, and I want to include everyone with that, because at the end of the day, I realize that the most good that I have been put on this planet, or that is at least my purpose, is to have this beautiful community that we've built up, which I think is full of souls like yours, which are good souls. And let's just say there are good souls, as far as I know now. There are good souls, and there are souls that really don't care a lot about people. But Gabriel, we're so honored, and we continually talk about just the kind of community that we have here, where we do look out for each other and we put each other first and ahead of ourselves oftentimes, where for us it was really about sharing ideas even before we take advantage of them. Sometimes we might hear about like a trade or something, but my first instinct was always, let's go on YouTube and talk about it first before we ever take advantage of it, to put you guys first. We did that. We've done that throughout years, and that's always been the goal, is how can I do right and do good? How can we do right and do good by as many other people as possible? But what I was missing from that was, I have to take care of myself first. I have to do good by myself before I can do good by other people. So that's been a huge learning experience, which resulted, I mean, just to like sum that up, since I know a lot of you guys are asking, and please, I don't have everyone on my Facebook anymore. I don't invite anyone to follow me on Facebook, just everyone, that is. But for those of you who read, I did put a post up that kind of went into a little bit more detail, but I ended up on the street for 5 days, completely lost. I lost my wallet. I lost my keys. I lost my cell phone. So imagine trying to come back from that and being in a hypomanic that eventually might have gone completely manic episode that resulted in me being hospitalized, and my entire family really and those friends who were there for me being there for me, and me realizing just so much about my own humanity and those. Anyway, it's like we're not gonna get into it, but yeah, I was on the street for 5 days, and I learned a lot about what it means to want, to need, when everyone doubts you, when the more you smell, the less clothes that you have, the less cleaned up and groomed you are, you begin to realize just how we treat each other. And so I lived it, and I've come out of the other side informed. And Gabriel, who's been like really making sure that I got the treatment and the help that I needed, that everything was stable for me, and even now to this very day, while also graduating from UCLA. So props to Gabriel.
Thank you.
Just graduated, yeah, and now accepted into law school. So gonna be such a heavy hitter and such an important piece of humanity's future for sure, because he's a good heart, and all. Yeah, of course, sir. And then everyone else. I mean, I can't describe. So glad to be back as well, Arcadius. Glad to have you back. Those of you guys who were here on the first stream. Those of you who immediately 10 pence. What's up, man? What's up, Azam? Everyone who immediately said, I don't care. I don't care what time you go live. I don't care when you go live. I'm just so excited to be back and to be part of this new chapter. Really, and I just care about you, Crypto. The love has been beyond words.
Support's been great, man.
It's been great. Yeah. Nickel's the man. Yeah, congrats on graduating, says Nickel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we gotta hang out soon, hopefully, Nickel. But anyway, trying to understand markets where basically for 2 months I just completely, let's just say, lost my mind. And I'm so sorry about that. I have to apologize because I wasn't grateful enough for what I had. And now I am. I just tried to live gratefully. So thank you. But now I'm getting back into markets, and man, are things just crazy. I mean, we have Celsius stopping withdrawals completely from earn accounts, from custody accounts. That affected me because I had most of what I was hoping to survive on after I got through all of this was put on antipsychotics, brought back down to earth after, let's just say, I was taking certain nootropics that kind of drove me into the stratosphere of speed of my brain, let's just say, and frequencies, and it was terribly unhealthy. And anyway, being brought back down and just understanding what that world is like, being on antipsychotics and how that affects my brain chemistry, and then trying to grasp markets when I really don't care anymore about music. I don't care about acting. I've changed as a person, and I realized what I really want to do is help as many people. So I have to go back on YouTube. I have to be back with everyone, and first I have to focus on my health. So today I went for a crazy run. I've been doing mad cardio, realizing how important it is to get our resting heart rate really low. So really fine-tuning myself beyond just what I thought I could do artificially or that I could manipulate, and realizing it's not about that, and trying to dive back in and being like, what the hell? Who let this fire happen? and I let my own fires in life happen. So I lost quite a bit, and not lost, because it's possible we still get funds back. I don't know how many of you guys are also in Celsius. There were signs. I was trying to get on YouTube already. I had been like, hey, probing, like who would be interested if I come back? Should I come back? It really was up in the air until I just realized my own purpose, like I said. But many of you were interested, and thank you for that. You definitely gave me the push to set everything back up, because I had broken the whole studio. I took down the fake brick wall. And so Celsius, we have the Federal Reserve coming out tomorrow. Is it going to be 50 basis points, 75 basis points, and now 100 basis points people are talking about? What is going on with that? So we're going to be diving into that. The goal is really to break down what all this means if you still don't understand, because I'm still trying to grasp just how complicated the plumbing of the financial markets, as they call it, is. And it is something that's kind of difficult to put your head around. It took me years to really, and doing it through YouTube, making a learning experience where I learn and then I pass that on to you. It's not that I know everything, it's that we discover it together. So that's what we're going to be doing. Brand new slate. Like I said, I deleted my YouTube channel, so all that is unrecoverable, unfortunately. I tried to work with Team YouTube to see what they could do, and just like it says on their terms, if you delete your own channel, there's really nothing that can be done. So complete new slate. I thank you so much for being part of this new chapter. If you could please go ahead and share share the show, get the word out there on Twitter, Reddit, anything you can do would be great. But I want it to be very organic and start small. We're doing it in the bear market, trying to give optimism and hope to people at a time where nobody cares about these videos. We're at that point where nobody cares about crypto at all, which is really the phase, they're angry at crypto right now. And this is the phase when, right before we get the phase where just nothing happens. It's crypto winter. That's usually the best time to be buying. This is when the Mayer multiple looks great. This is when metrics look terrible and atrocious. And I'm not saying that I think personally that it's the great time to be buying right now. Personally, I don't know what's going to be happening. There's a lot of moving parts, and like I said, I've been away, so we're gonna figure it out together, guys. But let's go ahead and start off. Let me just see real quick. Focus on yourself. Thank you, 10 pence. Some of the comments here. Soda Popensky, long time, sir. Indeed, it's been. Bitcoin Jake is back on the first stream. Incredible. Hawkeyes. NH. We broke up as well. That was another thing that that kind of went away, but that's something that I think I needed to deal with, and we can talk more about that at another point. NH. But yeah, L is not going to be part of the program for now. Gabriel is going to be our new head of lighting and sound. Darren, welcome back. Why did you leave? Well, I left because, in a way, I was running the show in a way that was stressful for me. And it's not you guys, it's not all the comments, because at the end of the day, we control our own destinies. That's kind of the beauty. And it is a blessing to be here on YouTube and to be able to set my own schedule and do all that. I wasn't making much money, and I still don't, because I never took sponsorships, like and it was difficult for me to do that. I don't consider myself a real business guy. I know I talk about business, but I at the end of the day, I'm just trying to do good by people. And so my focus was always on the content. It wasn't on how can I make money to make content, and it added to more stress, and it was something where I didn't have a whole team. I realize now I do need a village. It's more, you guys are part of my village. I thought I could do everything alone. Even though I had L and I had support, I thought I could do everything alone, and I realized that's kind of impossible. So Gabriel's going to be here as much as possible. You guys are invited to help out however you can. I still find it difficult to live digitally because I'm trying to live in an analog as much as possible, which was another reason I kind of left the show. I was trying to do music, but I can still do music here. I could share my music with you guys, and you guys have been more than receptive if I felt like doing that. But like I said, I've changed a lot in my own values, and I realized I just want to help you guys and put you first. So that's why I'm back. But why I left, I was just spinning out of control, I guess you could say, because I was a little bit stressed out. And now that's not going to be happening. Instead, you guys are going to be a source of joy and love, and I hope to reflect that back. Do I have a Telegram channel or Discord? I have had a Telegram channel, but I think it's been invaded by bots. I think we're going to have to start a new one. So I'm gonna need your support, because I don't have any money. I lost a lot of money. I have enough to basically survive for a few months. Because I lost quite a bit on Celsius there. I was hoping to do music with what I had, but I screwed up because I was not in the right state, and I kept a lot of funds on Celsius, even though there were some red flags coming down the line. They had put out this email. I think maybe some of you guys got that a month ago, where they were saying, hey, we're going to give you this huge bonus or this huge bonus if you deposit ETH. And it wasn't even an extraordinary amount of ETH, but those were kind of red flags. If markets are looking how they're looking, and then suddenly you need to offer so much, that was kind of tip off. But I was just not thinking straight and not really caring that much about my own finances, or even I don't know. Point being, it was my own fault. But that was the first red flag. I even told Gabriel, I think in passing, this is...
Yeah. You're this doesn't make any sense. These rewards are way too steep.
Yeah, these rewards are... Yeah, so... I had to move funds from the staking, because they have this side where, you can earn money if you're on that side. That's the earn side of the account. So Celsius is... Basically, if you don't know, it's a platform. You guys know. You guys have been around for a while. I see the names. What's up, Andrew? Thank you so much. Zanny. I'm going to assume you guys know. There's no way to make money here right now, and I wish you could send a super chat, but I'm not monetized until I hit 1,000 subscribers, and you guys are part of the first sub 400. You guys are part of the first 325 subscribers, so thank you. I had no videos on this channel, and so many of you are here, so that's crazy that we got so many subscribers to me, because I didn't even expect that much. It's gonna be a slow roll, but I would like to eventually have some money so I can keep the show going. But I need to hit first 1,000 subscribers before we can do things like super chat, before we can do any sort of ads from Google, which don't really pay very much. And yeah, contrary to popular belief, not all YouTubers are raking in the millions and billions, trillions of XRP. Yeah, yeah. I mean, early on, when I first started the show back in 2016, I used to get a lot of crypto tips, which to me was the most beautiful thing, because I've always thought of this as the money, the hardest kind of money that we're really, that's part of the reason here, is that we can help as many other people as possible by getting them in at good prices, but now we have all the VCs, we have the corporate interests, we have talks about ETFs and ETNs and so much, pardon the language, but we're not monetized anyway, bullshit. I mean, there's so much bullshit that you guys know that we have to be good. At the end of the day, my only focus is to be good again. But a lot of these they have a bottom line. It's just the nature of things. This is what we wanted. It's neither good nor bad. It's just where it is, what it is. And we wanted this. We wanted more capital. We wanted more on-ramps. We wanted to open this up to as many people as possible. And guess what? The boomers and beyond the boomers and the inheritances of the world. I never got no inheritance. Our parents, they came from they came with nothing. And so we've had to build up everything we've had in life. It'd be nice. Who here has an inheritance? I mean, and that it is what it is. I'm not knocking those people either. It is what it is. But for many people in the world, we've had to, and even so, it's not like I did it by myself. It's just been where it's going. But it's nice to have those things. Point being, we got there. We opened up a lot of on-ramps. That's what happens when it's crypto spring, and during crypto winter, we see who picks up those pieces, whether Nexo is going to be going through with that deal with Celsius, who said today in a tweet, they were like, oh yeah, well, we're getting financing. I mean, not financing, but it looks like they're getting ready to make more announcements when they can. But in the original email, they said there were going to be delays, so on. I don't want to get into Celsius too much, but that's a personal thing. But yeah, I hope you guys are going to be all right. Luckily, I did find some pocket couch changed, which at first I was like, okay, I lost everything. That was the tweet that I put up. I'm like, I've lost everything. We're going to have to either move in together. It's not like all is lost. There's always hope at the end of the day. No matter what, at the end of the day, I don't want you guys ever to be suicidal or to ever feel like there's no hope, because you have, whether you're aware of it or not, just your very existence impacts others around you and the flow of things. And maybe it hasn't happened yet, but it does happen. So there's always a reason to hold on, I'll tell you. Even at the bottom, which I hit it in Vegas. I've hit it so many times in my life. And I'm here with you guys again. Like, what money I have is just to keep a roof over my head for a few months. And God willing, because now I've become quite religious for real through all this experience, gone back to my Catholicism. But I invite you to have whatever spirituality, whatever bigger sense. I just feel like that's why I've managed to survive borderline starvation, borderline not having hydration through all this, which I was mentioning in the beginning, being lost for 5 days in LA, and basically living like a homeless, and really a newfound appreciation for this city and for homeless people on a different level, and what it means, again, to want and what we really want. Anyway, we don't need all this extra crypto. We just need to survive day by day. We don't understand what's going to be happening even tomorrow, which is part of what this video is. Yeah, we were watching yesterday. I was like, I can't believe what's going on. Were you guys watching the Bitcoin price yesterday? Yeah, the old channel is completely deleted and it's gone. I mean, some of those videos, I heard they go back like 4 or 5 years. Maybe not all of them are on Library, now known as Odyssey. And so they were being backed up into a cloud, into a decentralized cloud. Somewhat decentralized. I've heard a lot of conjecture as to how centralized or decentralized it is. But I'm just getting back into things. I'm not here to argue or do semantics. We're here to learn and see what the state of crypto is now. Not whether Tezos is still the best coin or whether it's... We're here to look at things as objectively as possible. I don't claim to know anything. We're going to discover it together. Maybe it is Hex, right? Because I'm getting a lot of the Hex supporters coming out here, right? And I have the people saying, I'll watch the show as long as you're not talking about scams. But scam, again, is subjective. It is and it isn't. But all I do know is that I lost money on Celsius, which was not a scam, because But the hex people are still feeling good because number go up. Whether it's all immediately liquid is irrelevant, because it's part of the reason that fractional reserve banking exists, is that not everyone demands those withdrawals at the same time. Now, it seems whether Richard Hart holds the keys or not to Hex is a moot point, because he hasn't done bad by all those people. He's just done good in the sense that they feel like they have the wealth effect, that they have number go up, and therefore they have it waiting for them. So, and not a lot of people are selling. So, I mean, they're kind of winning right now. So Richard Hart did offer me a sympathetic. I just saw it actually at the gym. After a tweet talking about how much I lost there on Celsius, and he was sympathetic and said, "I'm sorry to hear that, man. You know, that's treating people good. So regardless of everything else, he did good, and he's done good for folks. Not that I love Hex and I'm staking Hex and I'm buying all. That's irrelevant. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not even buying cryptos right now, because I actually personally think that the market is headed lower, and that's my own opinion. I think that the market's heading lower because the Federal Reserve has to get aggressive here. We have these month over month prints, and I meant to pull them up today, but for now I'm just going to stay here on CoinGecko and rant, I guess. Kind of where we're at. Thank you guys again for those of you just showing up. We now got 26 concurrent viewers on a show that had 0 videos, and just went up on July 12th, 2 days ago. Just made the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Please help spread the word, and I hope you will consider joining the Patreon to jump back to that point that I was trying to get to earlier. I'm going to make a new Patreon, and it's just going to be the same thing as before. I can't promise you the world. I can't promise that I'm going to be making exclusive videos, because that's not what I want to do. I want to do with as little latency as possible, help as many people as possible. So if I give an exclusive rights to certain people to get access to information that I might hear about, because I still do have all these amazing connections. I'm so blessed to have gotten them and to have met people like Richard Hart and interviewed them early on, or people like Amaury Sachet, who sent me messages, who's Dedelnix, who's one of the founders of Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin early on developers. I still know all these guys, and I'm still friends with all these guys. So I might be privy to information, but I don't want it to be that just because you pay me $5 a month or whatever, you're gonna get to get ahead of the rest of the pack. I don't like that. It's not how I choose to operate. So it'll be more like we did before, where it's just you get to support the show and you get to see it continue going. Because if I am not homeless on the street, I don't think I'll ever be homeless, and I want to keep the show going as much. No matter what, I do want to keep it going, because I realize I can do impact for change. But if you want to support, you can do so. Just put some tips and let me have another month here, hopefully in this studio that I worked so hard to build up, and then I threw it all away in my state, and now I'm just happy to be back here. I want to be live streaming as much as possible, getting you guys that information. You can join the Patreon, which will be built up again, and you'll get a producer credit at the end. So he's executive producer. That's the big boss, all right, guys? But it'll be producer, because you do help the show continue to run in the state that it is, where I have the ability to come out to you guys in 4K. I have the monitor set up to be able to bring you guys information. I'm not doing it right now, but again, just I'm amazed that with Gabriel's help we got this studio back up, because I tore it all down recently. Damn, we're live. We're doing it live, and the world is a different place, and it's heading to a different place, and I want us to be there to support each other, because so many of you have been around, just like some of these OGs that I mentioned. You've been around even before some of these guys that I know, and you have the experience. You have other coins that you're following, and you're invited to share those in the comments. We've gotten rid of all the scammers, at least for now. I realized that my very presence in the show was a bad one in a way, because I had so many different bots that were automated to flood this channel, or my old channel, with scam comments to try to imitate me, and they're all gone for now as far as I know. There are none here in the chat. It's a fresh... Hey Josh, good to see you, bro. Josh Sigurdson is another channel that you should follow. Although World Alternative Media, that's what it is, WHAM, right? Josh Sigurdson is a great channel. He's got a good heart himself, someone who really does try to put the viewer above everything else. Hey, we're not always right. We don't claim to be always right, but I think that we're good people. And you got to watch who are the good people, or who just wants their own profits to come before yours. And that's nasty, right? Part of the reason I left to answer that question also was that I didn't want my God to be money anymore. And then God kind of saved me, let's call it. Man, I'm going to church on Sundays now after everything. You guys have no idea. we'll talk in person if you ever catch me at hopefully a conference or something like that again, where I don't want it to be like before, where I was like, "Ugh, oh, I gotta get every interview in the world. I gotta give so much that there's nothing left of me." But I do want to bring you guys interviews, and I am excited to go out there now. And it's not gonna be with Elle, unfortunately, which in a way gives me more liberty because when you're with a partner, it kind of slows things down, to be completely honest. And now I'm completely free in a way to just get you that information and to connect with souls. And just remember, the more good you put out, the more it comes back. I really do believe that. So it's as little as treating one person good today, as long, or even an animal, right? Just do good by something else. That's as simple as going to a Target and cleaning the bathroom so that the janitor doesn't have to do it. I mean, sorry. I mean, that's something I've learned. I think Brock Pierce was a big proponent of that. When he goes to Burning Man, he cleans toilets. And so it's as little as giving an extra apple that you might have to a homeless guy who's on the street. In LA, we're full of them, and we have to help each other, right? Hey, yeah, new channel 7. Thank you, Seventh Estate. He gets it. Clean slate, and you get to be here part of it. Thank you, Eves. I have to remember to breathe as well. So let me just scan some of these comments. Hey, Eves, welcome back, man, though, for real. And that is my brother, Ken. May I ask what happened to you? All I saw was your last tweet saying goodbye. Ken, if you have a Facebook and Ken is your first name, please add me as a friend. Omar Bam. Omar, Bham. Just add me there on Facebook. And I'm verified on Facebook. It's funny enough, I lost my check mark here on YouTube, and I will accept your friend request. And you can see the top post. It kind of went into more detail. I don't want to tell everyone all the details of my story, but it's been a ride. Gabriel knows more details, but even my family, it's like when you take psychedelics, is what I was saying. And in psychedelics, you lose the ability. I heard Lex Friedman. That's the number one podcast I've been listening to. Check out Lex, man. Lex Friedman. Fried, man. I could spell. I might be spelling it wrong.
Friedman. You're right.
Fried, like fries. Yeah.
Friedman.
Okay, Friedman. No, but for real, mad props to Lex because I was just listening to his chat with Ray Dalio from 7 months ago, and
Not
it's
Friedman. Friedman.
Friedman without
Yeah.
an E.
Yeah.
Friedman. If I mean, I don't know how you've gotten this far in life without checking out some of Lex's stuff, because he was what turned me on to, for example, the mattress that I did get when I had money, the 8 sleep mattress, and I've been sleeping like a freaking angel thanks to that mattress. So, I mean, Lex has changed my life probably more than Joe Rogan or any other podcast has. So check out Lex's podcast. Where's Elle? Elle is back in Florida. I'm not. It's her life now. It's not me for my. It's not up to me to say personal details of someone who's not going to be in the picture, unfortunately, anymore. But I wish. I mean, we're still really good friends. I do want to say that. I know people say that all the time, but like we really are friends, and we have chatted, and yeah. But we've been broken up now since I don't know. I think it was April or something like that.
Late.
Late March. So yeah, I broke up with this channel, with my old channel. I broke up with her. I had a manic episode, let's call it. Um, and I did a lot of destructive stuff. But I think that was one of the things that needed to happen because I wasn't necessarily happy. I think that might have been part of the reason I was not taking care of myself. I was maybe not with the right partner for myself, but I still love her. I do want to say that. Yeah, the animals. She stayed with Winston. I stayed with Wallace
And Kiwi.
and Kiwi. And so right now I just have Kiwi. My parents are taking care of Wallace, but he's gonna be back soon. As I was getting my health back, my own mental health back, my mother and my family has really been like my foundation for anything, for whatever. My mother has offered for me to move back in. I mean, because of everything that's happened. But at the same time, I'm an adult and I'm someone who's willing to fight to the last moment to make life easier for others, like, so that I'm not a stress on them, so that I can stay here in the event that I do want to continue to pursue my acting and music. I'm still in LA, and that's been something that's kept me going day by day. But now I think it's just a fight every single day to do good. That's what keeps me going. It's something much smaller, I guess you could say. Although it'd be nice if good things happened for my acting, which I continue to do. But that's something that's out of my control. A lot of that is out of my control, and it's what we can control, right? Like we always hear. Thank you, State. I appreciate that. Things happen, Adrian. Yeah, no, it's okay, Adrian. It's all right, man. Her stuff isn't here anymore, so that's nice. I don't have to look at it. Um, but it's a breakup, and we were together for 6 years, if you guys can believe that. Maybe almost 7, actually. She told me. So a big definition change for sure of who I was with the old channel, with her, with my own relationships, with Gabriel, with everyone around me. That has fundamentally shifted, and our relationship has changed completely too. And yeah, yeah, just I'm grateful in a deeper level now for you guys. Thank you for being here again. 30 viewers. So okay, so let's look at this. So yeah, yesterday looking at the Bitcoin prices, yeah. Gabriel points at this title on Market Watch. A 75 basis point hike. Here are 3 ways the Fed can sound more hawkish this week. So yeah, the plumbing of the financial system. So originally, okay, so it's been month after month of CPI, core inflation, basically going up. We know it's a fudge number, but whatever. Let's assume the counting is right for this. Of that, month over month creeping higher and higher, despite the fact that the Fed, which has the ability to tighten monetary conditions by raising interest rates, despite them raising interest rates continuously from 25 basis points to 50 basis points, and now maybe 75 basis points tomorrow, or maybe even 100 basis points tomorrow. That's being talked about a lot, although it's not a remote possibility. That's likely. I mean, that it's a possibility that it could happen if they raise it by a full 100 basis points. That is material, because that means that mortgages tomorrow that have to be taken out are going to be substantially higher. I mean, the monthly payment is going to be substantially higher for folks who might want to be buying homes. So if you see home sales retreating, so I've been checking out a new subreddit. Maybe some of you have checked it out. I just found out about it as I've come back. And that is RE Bubble, or like real estate bubble, RE Bubble. And yeah, I feel like they're not the most informed financial community, but it does give us pieces, right? Like you can check out, some of them are just so dismal that I can't even recommend them anymore, like Economic Collapse subreddit or the Collapse subreddit. Some of the best subreddits that I get information from, or even the best sources in general, are Bitcoin markets. So if you don't know Bitcoin markets, you're really missing out a lot. And if you don't know ETH Finance, ETH Finance, you're missing out on so much, because while it's Ethereum focused, really they talk about anything as long as you're a good person. If not, you'll get booted. You'll find out very quickly. But yeah, this RE Bubble, they've been giving some information about how real estate has been slowing down a lot. So even 50 basis points is a great deal. Let's actually visit something here. Let's go ahead and look at the 10-year yield. So this is something that our boy Greg Manarino on YouTube, Gregory Manarino, has been ranting on since before I started doing videos. I used to watch him on the way to work. Let's take a look. This is something that's so scary because, yeah, he's the one that's been talking about how as it starts to lose control to the upside, that is something that is just has the potential to break the entire market, because everything gets priced off this. Let's just call it. This rate is the closest kind of rate that the Federal Reserve can manipulate, because the market tries to chase what the Fed is going to put it at. I'm not going to get too much into well, maybe we should. Maybe we should get into the, no matter how much you guys want to hear about that. I was going to talk about it, but I need to know I need some questions here. If you're if you're confused about something with the 10-year yield or bonds or the Federal Reserve or their meeting that they have that they're going to be happening tomorrow, and how that could materially affect you, please let me know any sort of questions that you have so that I can know where you're at with your own knowledge and what you need to understand, because I think everyone needs to understand this stuff. And I did live and breathe a lot of this day after day to try to wrap my head around it, and I still am. So please let me know. So in a nutshell, the Federal Reserve says that they're going to be buying bonds or selling bonds. When bonds are sold, as you know, this number, this goes up. This is the 1 day yield, right? This is over 24 hours. It's a business day. Look at these spikes, right? So these are kind of scary. I mean, selling, yields go up. So the Federal Reserve is not the only one that can buy and sell bonds. These bonds are held by different countries. They're held by individuals. They're held by anyone pretty much who wants to buy a bond, or any sort of entity or market maker that wants to hold these bonds, let's just say. So if bonds are being sold, this number goes up. And so look at this. These are bonds being sold. Bonds, when they were first introduced to me, are just the safest thing in the world. I remember being young in New York, and Mike's dad, my stepfather, took me to a bank. I think this was before Gabriel was born, actually. And we made it a whole thing that day he was going to buy me a bond. It was $100 bond. And I had no idea. I was just a young little bloke, young little Omar. And he shows me this thing, and he says, this is back when they were still physical for the most part. And he tells me, this is a bond. This is redeemable. This is going to go up. This is the safest investment that you get. This is a guarantee from the U.S. government, Federal Reserve, guarantee that it's going to pay this amount over time. So that's what this is, right? If you hold a bond, a 10-year bond, this is the yield you can expect. But if inflation is higher than that, right? If inflation is higher than 3.479%, which it is, right? We're over 8% now, core inflation, then you're losing money by buying these bonds, are you not? So you sell them. You sell these bonds, and that makes the yield go up. Eventually, there should be some sort of equilibrium. The problem is that we've built a financial gargantuan system. We financially engineered, just like we're doing with DeFi right now, which is a lot of financial engineering, just creating different tools, different things for people to move money around, to do things with money. Fantastic human innovation with the fiction of money we've had since Bretton Woods, for those of you guys who get that one. But still, it's incredible what we can do with money, and to allow for resource allocation, distribution, storage of labor. It's a beautiful thing, really. It's not that money is an evil thing. It's just that it's gotten to become so complicated that I think there is no one entity that can really grasp all of this. The Federal Reserve, at the center of this right now, tries to, but their tools are kind of limited when it comes to stopping inflation. So they stop inflation again by allowing the interest rates to go up, which means that it becomes more difficult to take out loans. Because let's say, okay, so if I'm a bank, right? I'm JP Morgan, and I want to make money for shareholders every single quarter. I can simply buy bonds. I can simply buy this 10-year bond, and I'll be getting a guaranteed 3.79% more US dollars over 10 years when I can redeem this bond. So I could buy bonds and get that, safe-ish, not huge, but I can do that, right? Or I can go the riskier route and do stocks, but we're not going to be talking about that right now. I can just go with bonds, but I can make more of a profit other ways. So what they do is they give out loans. They give out loans for houses. They give out loans for cars. But why would they give out a loan at this rate, right? 3.479%, when they have to charge something higher? Because if not, they can just go the safe route and buy bonds. So they'll charge, I don't know what the number is exactly. I don't know what algorithm they're using exactly to figure out this, but it's higher than this. And so as this number creeps higher, that the Federal Reserve manipulates by buying and selling bonds, they pass that on to consumers because they have quarterly profits that have to be met for shareholders. So therefore, as this number creeps up, it gets harder and harder for people like you or me to take out these loans and service these loans, especially if our jobs are not paying us enough to keep up with the price of this inflating price for homes that you have to pay for that mortgage, you have to pay for that car, or credit cards, especially if you're taking out variable rate loans with these credit lines, which is very, very risky. Please read if it's a variable rate. Already I'm seeing, like, I always open up my credit card offers, believe it or not, in the mail. I don't know if you guys do, but I've been watching those numbers creep higher, and I have pretty good credit still. And it's scary what they're offering me. They're getting desperate, these banks. I'm getting more and more. Thank you so much, Jesse. Welcome back yourself, man. For those of you guys just joining us, welcome back. If you want to know more about my story, I encourage you to watch from the beginning or rewatch this. But yeah, we're back. We're talking about the markets. So um, I opened these up and they continue to creep higher to the point that it doesn't make sense to use these credit cards because you're going to be paying such an obscene amount. So if the Federal Reserve comes out tomorrow at their transparent Federal Open Market Committee and they say that they're going to be raising rates 75 basis points instead of 50 basis points, and so 50 basis point is 0.5%, 25 basis points is 0.25%, and 100 basis points is not out of the cards according to some of the news publications we're hearing out there. It might be for clicks, it might not be for clicks. We don't know because sometimes the Federal Reserve leaks information. So that's some of the stuff that's been talked about, is that they've leaked to different news venues that they're going to be raising rates by 75 basis points, so 0.75%, which is a lot because take a look at this. I mean, so this is on CNBC, right? We're looking at the 10-year Treasury, which is really the number one thing that people look at because of inversion. We're not going to get too much into the whys right now because I can rant on forever again, and I can't explain it all in one video. But you can see it creeping higher and higher. Now let's take a look at the 5-year. That's over just 1 year, right? Like that. This is over 1 year. It creeping from borderline zero. This is what everyone talks about, 0% interest rates. That it was kept here basically at 0% since 2008 to allow for easy credit for all of us. For me to be sitting here with a roof over my head, right? To make it easier for a lot of us to continue to perpetuate the fiction of what money has become because humanity didn't know any better. I'm going to say that, it's not that there are evil forces out there. It's just a matter of humanity trying to continue the system by the best way we know how, right? Let's try to just say that at the end of the day, everyone is good. I'm going to try to assume that that for the most part, we have people who are well-intentioned economists, maybe not completely all-knowing, but at least well-intentioned. And we've gotten to this point where we've been at zero. And we've kept going for about a year. It's been creeping higher. Scary. Unless you're getting huge raises at your job, which I don't know who is, then you're probably... If crypto was going up and stocks were going up, we had the wealth effect. We felt like it was all right to spend money. We felt like as long as our hex kept going up, and maybe it's still going up, I don't know, like we can spend money because we'll be able to withdraw that. But there's a difference between number on screen and and actually being able to get access to those funds, as many of you guys already know. So, but take a look at this. I mean, isn't it scary that COVID was the reason that we allowed it to go. We started raising rates back in, 2018? They started raising rates, and then lo and behold, we had problems with repo markets. We had stocks going down afterward. Then we got COVID. We have to allow for easy money again and allow interest rates to go down. So the Federal Reserve started buying bonds to allow yields to go down because they work in reverse, kind of like that. So you can see that in 2018. Boom. Crypto market was suffering at that point too, really bad. It was the last bear market. Went all the way down till 2020. And then COVID happens, easy money. But I mean, 2021, they had to start tightening again because of inflation. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks, BT. Thanks for the likes, 10 pence. If you guys can do me a favor, because again, we're starting from ground zero, just share the video. Just be like, oh, Omar's talking about what the markets mean, whatever. If you do me a shout out on Twitter, whatever you want to do, Facebook, I'll be super indebted to you on your favorite Facebook groups. I know there are a lot of crypto ones out there now. I need your help. Again, I can't do it all alone. And I don't have money to hire a team. I'm like you guys. I'm broke. I'm broke. Ain't got no money to smoke or toke, but I don't want to smoke or toke. Anyway, so thank you all again for being here. Thank you, BT. Thank you, Gabriel. Thank you very much. You got into stocks the first time Zanny619 said to take a break here from ranting. For the first time a week before the 2008 crash. It was horrible at the time, but learned a lot from it. That's the thing, is that's what we learn from these resistances. It's like going to the gym. The more resistance you put at the end of that, the stronger that muscle is going to be like at the end. And it's the same thing with life. So we have to take these opportunities of pain, and just remember that hope is the final endurance. Like that's the ultimate. It's not money that we're reaching for here. It's ultimately hope that we survive another day, because I don't know, man. We're all animals. We're all mammals. We hump other people and antelopes. But if we can hump the animals, and there's no reason that another man can elope. But if you can hump the animals, the real Slim Shady, Eminem. Bam, what a good rapper. But anyway, that was a random tangent. So these moments of, if you're facing rough times, know that I'm here with you, and know that we're gonna come out stronger at the end. But you have to always have that endurance, and what gives you that endurance is hope that it's gonna be all right. That's what keeps somebody in prison going to the next day, whether they're there wrongfully, especially if they're there wrongfully or not, is that they'll get pardoned, right? So just remember that if you are facing rough times, you're not alone, and that's why I want to keep this community going as well. I can't open my super chat, Adrian Holmes, until I think I have something like 400 watch hours or 4,000 watch hours on YouTube by their metrics. I don't know, something like that. And I have 1,000 subscribers, so please help me get to 1,000 subscribers. It's going to be so much fun getting to 1,000 subscribers. I can't wait till we hit 100,000 again. It's fun. It's fun for me to see number go up. But I'm watching number go up on YouTube because I can't do it with my holdings, because stocks are going down, gold and silver are going down, bonds going down. Like, where do we hide? The value of our dollar is going down. Yeah, it's going up relative to other things. It's which poor people around the world, I mean, we're privileged enough to have scraps on the street like, to pick up. We have so much crap that we've made as a society. Our streets are flooded with litter here in LA. Let's clean it up. But you know what? That means that I can find, if I'm homeless on the street, I can find that crap that's already been made, instead of having to go to the store to buy some brand new piece of plastic that's going to end up in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we don't need straws. California is doing things right, man. California gets too much hate, but at least we're helping with the straw situation. Anyway, yeah, so I can open up super chat once I can get monetized again, and that means I have to get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys will help me. So that's where we're at right now, which is that it's been leaked that we're not going to be going up by zero point 0.5 basis points or 50 basis points, 0.5%, 50 basis points tomorrow, as has been happening with prior rate increases when the Fed comes out and does this meeting where we get to hear about how much they're going to be raising interest rates and or at buying and selling bonds, and then the market tries to get an equilibrium there, the rest of the market of bonds. But it's coming out now that if they can do it or not has to look like they can tame inflation, so they have to increase to keep the fiction, though, whether it's fiction or nonfiction is again moot, but whether they can do it, whether their tools, their limited tools, are going to prove effective, right? Quantitative easing, or the opposite of that, which is selling bonds. Kind of scary times as we're at the 0% bond. This is again something that many of the alt finance media has been talking about for a long time. We're here testing things for real, higher. We're kind of getting screwed. Our jobs are not giving us the raises that we've been led to believe that we deserve. But what is deserving in life? I mean, survival. That's what I'm going to let you guys know. And we're here together. We're going to have to wrap up this video because I know it's getting kind of long. But we'll see what the Federal Reserve has to say tomorrow with Mr. Jerome Powell, how he'll work around and try to say whether these tools, I don't know. It's going to be funny. I don't know. If you have time, if you're able to, please watch it for yourself. Don't let anyone tell you what happens. It really is entertaining to watch and informative in these unprecedented financial times. Crypto is important, but I mean, we're all losing here. And it's not just Americans, it's everyone around the world. We become so tethered. And the implications of what is ahead over the coming months is going to materially impact every single person, if not entity, on this planet. Like, maybe not the ants. I think the ants are going to be all right. The flies in LA are going to be all right in summer. The cockroaches. But
looks like the stream's lagging a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. The lag. But I appreciate you guys so very much for joining me here. We're going to get into crypto news and everything else. Please let me know what you'd like to see on the show. and I will do my best to answer as I can. But it's not going to be my focus to be here 24/7 on the show, living in the language of in the world of language. I want to live in the world of presence, in the world of calm, in the world of peace, in the world of love and light. And a lot of that will be here with you, and a lot of that will be outside of here to have balance in life. But thank you so much again for everything, um, for being here today. I don't have words to express it, but I really don't. Thank you. Much love. Should we? Let's any actually, Gabriel. Can you say some words? What do you think about all this?
Um, like about what were the subjects or about the channel, just in general, everything.
Yeah, let's give some. You give some closing thoughts. Maybe anything that you've thought about.
As far as like the bond yields, scary stuff. The Fed meeting, there's like a lot of FUD out there, so I'm hoping that everybody's gonna be okay. Not just people in our community, but everybody that has a stake in this. I hope that people are able to come out the other side and that they're able to weather the bear market, because I know this is really rough for a lot of people. So that's what I'm thinking about right now, and I'm just keeping my thoughts with those kind of people that may have lost a lot of, or maybe all of their living expenses and stuff like that. It's probably incredibly tough, and so there's that. We're facing a lot of uncertainty, so hopefully we can all stick together. And as far as the channel, like I'm glad that everybody is back here, that we have the community that we do, and that we're gonna rebuild the community stronger than ever. Because the foundation of the people that are here now, they showed up right away. It's a stronger foundation than ever. So we have such a great base to build on, and it's only up from here.
Yeah, well said. Well said. Okay, Gabriel's gonna be running the show from now on. I'm just gonna be in the back. No, for real. Thank you. He's absolutely right. Please don't be like some of the comments that I've gotten on Twitter. I don't want to say names, where people are like deeply insensitive about other people losing money.
Yeah.
It's not about that. It's about freaking just be good to each other, bro. Be awesome.
Yeah.
Take care.
Don't make memes about people losing all of their money, not being able to make rent, because that's not.
They're not the kinds to do that.
No, yeah. I'm saying, like, if you see that stuff,
Yeah.
I know that's not our community, but I know that we all see it out there on Twitter. So
yeah. Just do our best to not engage with those people.
Yeah.
And just continue to spread your own love and light. It does help when you write something every now and then. If you're someone like I've been, just a lurker, it does help to somebody sometimes put a little bit of your good out there. And hopefully that has ripples. That can be how you can impact somebody's day, if that's what you have. But know that you'll have this community, and I thank you so much for being a part of that really strong foundation. Like Gabriel said, I couldn't put it better. Take care, everyone. Much love, and peace.